Yo, what is going on, guys? I am back with another quick tutorial. This one's probably going to be a little longer than the other ones I've done, but this one's going to be how to make a snare bomb. So let me show you what I mean by a snare bomb. I've got one that I've made here in a song that I'm currently in the middle of working on, not even close to finished. But I thought this would be a great tutorial for anybody out there who wants to know how to make a snare bomb. And snare bombs are really popular in genres like metalcore. I'm not so sure how popular they are in other genres, but I know in metalcore that they are huge. And in this particular case, I'm working on them, or I'm using them in electronic music. So let's see how this sounds. So that sounds pretty huge. I actually also layered this with a gunshot sound down here that I got off a splice. Without that, it sounds like this. I probably need to bring the gunshot sound down a little bit. But anyway, I'm going to show you guys how to make this from scratch. So what I currently have on my main snare without the layered artificial snare room is just Pro R, which is one of my favorite reverb plugins of all time, and I got the JST clip plugin clipping the snare a little bit. That's what it sounds like without the layered artificial room sound, and this is what the artificial room sound sounds like. So those together, without, and then with the gunshot, sounds fucking huge. All right, so how do I do that from scratch? Let's come in here and let's just duplicate this snare real quick. Oh, I got a message. Let me turn off my phone so that doesn't happen again. Let me come in here and just duplicate or remove these plugins. I'm just going to make these a different color so that way I don't get confused. I know exactly what's what. So if we were starting from scratch, I've just got a basic snare that I got off a splice. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my Pro R reverb. And I'm just going to play with this until I think I've got a pretty good sound. Bring out some of the lows. Bring out a little bit of that resonant frequency in the snare. And let's just bring out a little bit of the highs. Now I hear this weird, that like sonar sound, that submarine sonar sound. And let's maybe add a little more decay. Cool, so that's probably a pretty good starting point. There's really no right or wrong way to do this. It's whatever sounds good to your ear. But let's duplicate this again. And so what we're going to do to the second snare is I'm going to completely submerge this second one in reverb. And for now, I'm going to stick with the exact same reverb that I used on the other one. And I'm going to add a compressor, and I'm going to use my favorite compressor, the Pro C. I'm just going to use the clean setting. And we're going to slam this thing. We're going to use kind of a long release so that way it holds everything down. It doesn't just kind of hit and then just open right back up. It kind of holds the sound out a little bit longer with a longer release time. Maybe a little more gentle ratio. So, that sounds all right. And you can use any reverb that you want, any compressor that you want to get this sound. I just prefer the FabFilter plugins. They sound incredible. And then on top of that, I'm going to add, let's see, what would I like to add? So I like actually adding just a little bit of Decapitator from Sound Toys. This is one of the best distortion plugins out there on the market, and it sounds incredible. I want to go too crazy with it, just a little bit to make it kind of dirty sounding. That might be a little too much. I think this one sounded the best. So with and without. And I might just bring the mix down just a little bit. Cool. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some JST clip to the end of this to make this loud as hell. And then I'm going to come in here with another EQ plugin. I'm going to use Pro Q3 from FabFilter. And we're going to bring out some of this low end. Some of those highs. And then a little bit of that sonar frequency again. And I want to come back in here and I want to add a little more decay time. And now between the two of those, without. And so you can do this with any set of plugins that you want. You can do this with any settings you want. These just happen to be the settings that sounded good to my ear right off the bat. There's always like different ways to do it, however you like it, but this is a general way that I do it. And I actually got this idea from one of my favorite producers of all time, Joey Sturgis. He made a Snare Bomb video, but he did it quite a bit different than how I did it. I did something similar to how he does it, but this was just kind of my own way. And then if you want to add a little extra like bang to that snare, if you really want it to sound huge, I found that layering a gunshot sample makes it sound absolutely massive. So with the gunshot sample, it sounds like this. Let's bring that down a little bit. That adds a little bit more bang to the snare, and you could use this in areas where you want to make a snare really pronounced, maybe like in like breakdowns. If you want a snare to sound absolutely huge, if you were doing like metal, this would be a great way to use a snare bomb. And in this particular song, I just used it for a really cool effect because I wanted my snare to sound absolutely massive. And don't be afraid to try your own different tricks and your own different techniques, but this is just one way that you can do it. So if this video helped you out and you enjoyed the content, drop a like. And if you want to keep updated on my content and you want to see more tips like this, hit the subscribe button. I'll be putting out at least one video every single week. And in the future, I have huge plans with this channel to do a lot more than just quick tips in one video a week. But right now, that's where I'm starting out, just because I'm working on a lot of other stuff to bring to you guys in the future. And once that stuff's done, I'll have a lot more content available for you guys. But right now, I'm releasing these quick tips. I'm releasing these helpful videos that will hopefully help a lot of people, anybody who's in Cubase or even in other DAWs. And thank you guys for your support. I appreciate it. And if you are a producer or you're an artist and you're looking for someone to mix and master your music, head on over to my website. I'll drop a link in the description, and you can reach out to me and we can work together personally. So thank you guys so much for your support. You have a great day. Peace out.